In the last chapter of the book on economics, I have given a whole lot of exercises, and you'll have a lot of fun in going through some of these exercises. I try to measure all HR interventions in financial terms, and the intention is to provoke you to think in financial terms. The intention is not to reduce a human being and human resources to measurable financial targets and terms. I think this is a way of thinking, just a way of thinking, especially for those who want to see in everything rupees, anas, paisa, or dollars and related kind of financial terms. But I am one of those who strongly believe human resources are unlimited, talent is unlimited, and it has to be respected. It certainly can be measured, but measuring yardsticks may keep changing and need not be dollars. It can be so many other kind of things. However, if you decide to measure, it gives you an attitude. I have given many examples. For example, how do you measure the return on investment when you sponsor two of your executives, two of the heads of the departments of your company to a conflict management program offered by one of the IIMs? You have to measure the consequences of conflict that is already taking place in your company before they attended the program, and you have to measure the output uh, after they have attended the training program, and then only you can do it in financial terms. Now I have given a methodology for doing it. Now the methodology is something like this. Take for illustration these two managers. One is a finance guy, head of the finance department, and the other one is a materials management guy, and they are not getting along. They were all the time. The materials man is complaining that the finance department is never cooperative, and they are not doing things which are not helping. They are over. They have become over cost saving, and as a result, I think you are spending a lot more money in getting materials because of the low inventory they are wanting to maintain and things of that kind. And the finance guy is saying that the materials guy is always very insecure. He do not want to take risks. He want to store enough material. He doesn't realize the implications of overstoring, etc., and things of that kind. So you felt that there is something wrong with both these heads of departments, and they must be helped to go through an interpersonal conflict management program and things like that. You sponsored the person to a training program. The training program itself costs you about 3 days of conflict management, and cost, let us say, 1 lakh of rupees. And on each one of them, you spend 1 lakh, so 2 lakhs of rupees, which includes, let us say, I think 20,000 of the, let us say, 3 days of their salary, travel, and things like that. So, total, let us assume that you have spent about 3 lakhs of rupees on sponsoring these two guys for a training program on conflict management. What is the benefit that you got out of it? I think we have to measure. Now, I have given a very interesting way. As a result of the conflict they have, how much is it costing per annum to the company? A very crude way I have said. For example, one of the things that I have indicated in an example is, as a result of the conflict, the consequence of the conflict, they are not getting on well together, is indicated by about 100 and let us say 150 email exchanges between the two of them, because on issues they were corresponding and so on. Then we calculated how much these emails are costing. We discovered, let us say, I mean, for hypothetical reasons, you can calculate it this way: each email drafting, sending costs about 15 minutes, and the impact of it another 15 minutes, so half an hour time. 150 emails have cost about 75 hours of the managerial time of both the heads of departments. And you look at the cost to the company of both these 75 hours of both these people have cost in the last 1 year, because these emails were unnecessary if they were not in conflict. If the 75 hours and their CTC is, let us say, let us put it CTC at the rate of, since they are heads of the departments, at the rate of 5 lakhs a month. 5 lakhs a month means 50 rupees a minute. 50 rupees a minute means about 50 multiplied 60, about 3000 rupees an hour, and 75 hours as cost, about 75 multiplied by 3000. 75 into 3000 is equal to 75 by 3000, about 210 to about 225, 2.25 lakhs. 2.25 lakhs is the annual cost of their conflict. It's a very crude way of looking at it, because we are simply, opportunity cost is about, a manufacturing company, about 8 times. That 8 multiplied by 2.25 is equal to about another 18 lakhs of rupees, and so on. So this is the cost to the company of the conflict. Annual cost to the company is about 2 to 3 lakhs. Actually, the real cost may be a lot more. Opportunity cost is about, let's say, put in a crude way, about 20 lakhs. So real cost is 3 lakhs, but the program only costs about 3 lakhs of rupees. So how much time would they require? I mean, how do you measure whether you got the return on investment or not? Examine the number of emails. You discover in the next 6 months, their 125 emails have been reduced to maybe 25. So you got quite an advantage in the next 6 months. And by 6 months later, the 25 got reduced to maybe about 5 or 10. So that means across the entire full year, it has come down to something like maybe 30 or 35. The year after that, they are further reduced. So if you look at, I think, a 3-year period, the entire emails across the 3-year period is likely to be something like 50. That means about 25 hours. So that means the cost would have been 2.25 lakhs a year. That means about 2.25 multiplied by 3 years is about 6.75 lakhs of rupees, of which you only had about 25 hours. So you deduct from it. So you already got the benefit out of it in maybe in the first year itself. You got quite a good benefit, or maybe at best in 2 years. But opportunity cost is very high and so on. So this is an interesting way you can conclude that return on investment of sponsoring them for a conflict management program, if it is expected to be something like about reduced from 150 mails to 25 mails a year, maybe in about 2 years' time you will get the return on investment. I think this is a crude way, but this is a way of looking at the benefit of sponsoring somebody for a training program. I mean, this is just an attitude. This is an attitude. I have given illustrations like this more to provoke people to think in financial terms. But once again, I want to say, human being cannot be reduced to financial terms. Human being presents limited possibilities. Human beings are meant to make things happen. You respect them and respect their talent, they can do wonderful things on earth. But only for those who want to measure in rupees annas paisa, economics focuses your attention. Talent is unlimited. Respect the talent. It will give you unlimited kind of results. That is what I want to conclude. I am sure you will enjoy. Do not conclude that the human resources can be reduced to economic terms. You do it only for argument's sake, so that our respect for human beings goes up and we start valuing each other and the valuing of our time. Time and talent are two important things. If you waste somebody's time, you are wasting the talent. And the best form of wasting talent is wasting time. So please don't do that. Use every minute of your time to make a difference in the lives of others. All the best from TVRLS. Hope you have enjoyed this series of sessions. You must get the book if you have not got it already, Economics, and read it. Get your entire HR department and other managers to read it. All the best from me again.